coming through.
Hear me all right?
Yep.
Oh, hey, 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 hey. It's time for the show. Woo! Hit the 7. This is TFTS Relay 194, broadcasting live from Hypercube Labs, sub-basement, Oh Solitude, level 27, deep in the heart of the Hypercore, in the future capital of America's California, somewhere in Florida. I'm Dr. That Guy, and this is Whoop-de-Doo. Here we are again. Aren't you excited? Lucky you. Lucky you. And speaking of lucky, luck wouldn't mean any old thing if it weren't for squeezing out every wonderful breathing moment of life, cheerfulness, and general appliance to Peace. Welcome to the show, Peace. How you doing?
I'm doing excellent. I can't believe how exciting and wonderful it is to be doing show today. And I can tell from the voice and timbre of your own speech patterns that you too must be all a quiver and excited to do show, as if you had rested thoroughly and then came refreshed to do the show. I can sense it because I'm the Peas. It's the second day of spring, the 4th week of war, and here we are on Free Think Radio, Canada's only news source for people that think about things, but they probably shouldn't if they're going to be in a hypercube situation. But yeah, if you're not, then you can think about things. But if you're a hypercubist like me, the Peas, then don't think. What's going on, Fox?
Oh, well, you know, it's definitely not for a lack of trying or not even getting.
Smoking's sexy. Smoking is sexy.
Some of that gosh darn the sacred nectar of the rods that you get from stroking from the front to the back. And that would be sleep. I've totally got sleep. Got a nap today.
Yeah.
Got a few minutes on the couch. And you know, slept.
What do you think prevents you from sleeping as much as you might like?
It's like the whole thing. It's on stickers. There's T-shirts. There's like a membership packet. Bumper stickers.
You did don't think thing.
Don't. Yeah. That's like the bit. So
Why do you surmise?
Why do I feel?
Sleep?
Why do I feel like I'm not? I've got sleep. I've been getting sleep, but I mean you can tell by my look at these raccoon shadows here. You know,
I'm not seeing you at all. I'm just seeing your disturbing avatar, dude. You got to change that. I can't do it.
Tell the kids. What do you mean? What do you?
I'm not telling the kids
about my avatar. Do you need me to? Come
I don't
over there
like
and
it.
enable
It's
the
you know.
webcam?
I
I'm gonna let
am a
Peace talk to
sensitive
you while I
boy,
walk
as
over
you
to
know.
the computer. Hold on. I'm gonna go over here. Keep going, Peace.
I'm a sensitive boy. Well, you know, I'm a sensitive boy, and I try to advise my pals and friends on the radio about their things with life. That's why we have viewer mail and proving grounds and stuff like that. I have a difficult. Oh, there we go. It's so much better. Oh, now we're seeing everything. Is it true? Is that a Fidd Chuli feed, or is that a lie? Is Fidd Chuli actually here?
No,
That's just a picture of him. It's a lie.
It's a fictional representation.
He may snore at some point, but that's about
You
it.
know why Fidd's not here, don't you?
Yeah,
A lot of people don't know this, but Fidd is secretly infiltrating the Masons. And so a lot of his spare time now is taken up learning Masonic rituals and, being on the call chain ladder for world domination. Like when they dominate the world and they take over, they've got like a call ladder like you have in kindergarten so that all the members can get called. Fidd's in charge of that. So he's got a lot of things going on. I guess that's why he's not here. I wished I had a better reason for Flux Rutenberg not being here, but I reached out to him and he just said he was busy. He's busy doing stuff. And he can't do show because he's busy. Now here we are closing in on our 200th fucking show. 200 shows, Fox. And when is that? It's going to be like the end of April, isn't it?
I think it's going to be like, the first week of May, end of April.
Yeah. Now listen, I'm curious because I know the Rubik's Cubes are coming to Orlando for a big show on April 9th. And I've been told that the song that I gave to them, Let's All Go to That Bitch's Wedding, is going to be performed for the first time at that venue or on the show. Have you heard rumors to the same effect?
I mean, we have a sophisticated lottery system that was implemented. There was a tumbler with balls. There was a tumbler without balls, but that one was on the internet, so it didn't count. But a variety of cards that we used punch holes. We did have debates over the pregnant chads on the punch.
You guys are a rapper, right?
Florida,
Debates.
So they were questioning that it could have been.
Debates is one of them Florida rappers, I think.
Rappers, like candy rappers.
Yeah, Debates.
Florida candy.
Debates.
Rapper?
I think he's a rapper from the Dominican Republic. I think.
Debates.
Debates. Yeah.
Is that singular or is that a duo?
No, it's one guy. He's Bates. I think it's a masturbation reference, but I don't want to tell the guy his business. Hey, you know what I'm wondering?
No.
When I'm surmising about stuff.
The fuck were we talking about? Didn't you have a talking point 20-30 seconds ago?
Well, I'm moving on. It didn't seem to be holding.
So we were talking about Rubik's Cube.
We were talking about Rubik's Cube and the collaboration
my
between
favorite part of the show. My favorite part of
Cube
the show.
News. Cube News.
Sorry, Aster 6 is finger cracking. She's on. It's okay. She's the producer. That's the pro stands for professional.
Where's the womp womp button?
I don't know. They're your buttons. You sound more drunk and tired than I do.
I'm about there.
I still can't drink. So yeah, it's my favorite part of the show. It's Cube News. I could just go on for the rest of the show about me and my wife for the past 2 days, but I won't. Because I really need her to come back and do this show next week.
The anti-sleep.
It's fun. We're parents.
Responsible adults.
But yeah, Rubik's Cube is coming to town. They'll be here April 9th over at Uncle Lou's on Mills Avenue here in Orlando, Florida.
Who's so excited? Now listen, let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Is that place Lou's uncle's place, or is it a guy named Uncle Lou? And if that's the case, who is he the actual uncle of?
He's everybody's uncle. I mean, it's Uncle Lou. Uncle Lou has he runs the place.
His niece works the bar.
Well, now that she's out of college, no. But,
wow.
Yeah, it's yeah, Dr. Uncle Lou for King of Orlando. I mean, it's if it wasn't for Uncle Lou, the Doktor Faux show probably never would have gotten off the ground. So you can blame him. But it's
now he's not one of those. He's not one of those venues that Joshua Rogers was telling me about. That's charging people to play.
No, actually, he's not. He's like.
Oh, there you go.
He's the only venue that doesn't charge artists to play. But yeah, every other venue in town charges you to play.
Isn't that outrageous?
No, it seems like a good market when you live in a place where there's 17 rock bands per city block. Everybody just wants their shot. Everybody's just excited. They want their big shot. And that shot can be yours for $400 a night.
I imagine that a lot of the rock bands in Florida that would like those venues, though, are much like the pickup band that you saw in Sling Blade.
Like biscuits
You're familiar with the cinema film Sling Blade, right?
Yeah, biscuits and mustard.
Yeah, well, so, the mom's boyfriend has like a pickup band of his buddies and shit, and they go out there and drink, and the whole front porch is turned into a stage. I imagine there's a lot of Florida bands like that, but bands of the caliber of the Rubik's Cube
places like
and
that.
And Doktor Faux,
just houses with stages.
Yeah.
And one.
Oh Jesus! Speaking of Cube News, did you change the How's Buddy website to Buddy's Not Okay?
You are the poster child for like adult ADD. We were talking about Rubik's Cube was coming to town, and now we're on.
Yep.
Where are we now?
Is Buddy okay?
No, he's not okay.
That's
You can go
correct.
to our
He's not.
website, isbuddyokay.com for real-time.
The reason we were
updates
talking about the
on
Rubik's Cubes, though, was because, and that should be their name, they should change it to the Rubik's Cubes instead of the Pubes, because then there would be like a Hypercube tie-in. But the thing about it is, why it's going to be so exciting on April 9th at Uncle Lou's is because it's my understanding. It's the Peas' understanding that the song the Peas wrote, "Let's All Go to That Bitch's Wedding," is going to be performed and put their own spin on the Peas' song, that venue. And so I'm excited for that. I'll be incredibly hurt and probably disappointed and despondent if they don't do it. But they said they were going to do it, so I'm excited for that part of the show. Are you going to record it for posterity, Dr. Faux?
Yeah, maybe. Kicking around some of that. We're supposed to be shooting a music video there, and so.
Maybe it's going to be the music video to my song.
Well, it's gonna be to whatever is the most well lit. I can tell you that the best looking song is the one that we'll be keeping. And so the handsomest
it's
song
quite a handsome
may win. So they'll be there, and then they'll be here. They're gonna come here. Here, we'll have
to the Hypercube.
The Rubik's Hypercubes will be here in Hypercube Labs, and we're going to do an episode of Time for the Show with Rubik's Cube here. Because I don't know if you caught up on any of their cross references. We got a shout out from the Ball Sugar podcast, which is a colorful cast of characters. But I watched those, and they were fun. And what's great is like they're all in the same room together, and so it gets kind of sub-genius-y, just a smidge, a little bit, But
what with the lasers and effects pedals
and the
do they have a
psychedelic
piece?
earthbound scrolling graphics and everything like that. It hurts to watch. I'm a fan. I thought they did very well.
Do they have a piece?
several.
Yeah, I don't know if
Oh,
they have
that's-
like
that's
a designated
impossible.
P's. I mean,
Now
they have,
I know
like,
you're
their
lying.
Dr. Fox, but I don't know if they have the P's. I don't know if they have the P's.
Yeah. They
Because,
don't.
I mean,
They don't.
only
Let me tell
Time
you
for the
something.
Show has the P's.
That's correct.
Nobody
That's
else
correct.
has the P's at all.
Stang tried to get me to do his show, and I told him, nope, I'm a Time for the Show boy. I'm handsome.
Speaking of handsome, that's one of the pressing... Okay, so yeah, they're going to be here on Saturday, April 9th, and in the studio April 10th, so book your plans accordingly. Everybody's coming down for it, you know. There's people coming. So that what was the other news that I had? I forgot. I can't remember. I just had it. Another thing that was going on. What were you talking about?
Was it about Buddy?
It was about Buddy. Is Buddy okay?
He's not okay.
Oh yeah, the website. Yeah, so you need to you especially push a button for you. I don't know which one that one's gonna be. Yeah, you need to go and take the Time for the Survey virtual e-entertainment digital survey replication series. And this is a virtual experience that you're able to experience virtually by going to timefortheshow.com/survey. This is where now you'll see Aster6 over here in the sources box down at the very bottom. Oh, she gets I've got to look for something. Oh no, so now she's looking for it. They go down towards the bottom, and there should be like a timefortheshow.com graphical image that you could load up. It's over in the sources. No, you're in the wrong one. Scenes, not sources. Far left. Go further left. Then down towards the bottom.
It's the bottom.
Yeah.
Live stream?
Click one. I don't know. All right, click the one above that. There you go.
Oh.
So yeah, go to timefortheshow.com/survey. I could have put /survey on the picture, but I didn't. And you need to take the viewer/listener survey. We've already had a few people take this very important questionnaire, and we are being provided with valuable e-data which will build our honeycombs, or data combs. Okay, you can.
We need your
Data
telemetry.
combs. I kind of like that. Lost in the data combs. Okay, you can go back to the camera view now.
Give us your telemetry.
You're on the single click format tonight. You're not doing the side by side like editing station.
That's how it was. I'm not changing anything.
You're not touching anything.
No.
It's all right.
I feel like when my dad taught me how to drive a tractor and he didn't really explain how the clutch worked.
Ooh. What kind of tractor?
Yeah, I had to. I too also had to learn how to drive stick on the road.
Yeah.
No, and it's well, you know how it is.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
Yeah, it's absolutely the worst, and it's not because of all the other cars around you that you're worried about hitting.
No,
or
no,
worried
it's
about
them in the passenger seat.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Haven't you ever driven a stick before? You're like, no, I've never driven a car before. Turn left. No, the other left.
Put your signal on.
No, I learned in Florida. Don't put your signal on.
Dude, in Florida, if you put your signal on, people speed up to cut you off.
Yeah, that's not a joke. That's why I didn't even bother saying that. That's absolutely the truth. Let's talk more about Florida drivers. They're the best.
It is literally the
Absolutely
only
best.
place that you can go that if you put your turn signal on, 6 cars will increase their speed to cut you off so that you can't get in that lane.
They ain't having it. They got places to be. Fuck you. Who do you think you are?
Dude, they don't even have places to be. They're just like, no, fuck that. You got someplace to go. I'm making you late.
You give them a fuel-efficient 40.
Yeah.
Yep.
Florida's a complicated state.
It's America's California. It's a magical place. I don't know any place I'd rather be.
That's when we used to have a California in America. I would agree with that.
Because it's super weird and super stupid.
California is the United States' Ukraine. It is just a matter of time before we invade it.
For some reason. Hopefully just to extort money from them.
I'm going for the fried bread.
The what?
The fried bread! You never had fried dough? I'm sorry, fried dough. Maybe that would have been more clear.
Fried bread? Well, I mean, you had me at fried bread.
But what kind?
I'm from the
Yeah.
South. It sounds appetizing. Is that like a... you'd like chuck a biscuit, like a batter dipped biscuit?
Well, what you do is you take a Snickers bar and a crawdad and you smash them together and then you roll them up in a piece of thick white Texas toast and then you dip that in an egg beer batter and deep fry it and then you sell it at the church social.
Well, I thought this was from California.
Well, it
I didn't know
is,
they had
but
crawdads in
California
California.
outlawed churches, so you have to do it in Louisiana now.
Yeah, and they don't have crawdads, they have craw-thems.
Well, we didn't call them crawdads in
This is
California.
what
We
the
called
whole
them
show's about. It's like you
crayfish.
start getting warmed up, and then you can start making like stupid comments. That's the whole point of the show.
Is it?
What? What were you
Sometimes
saying?
we warm up before the show, but we didn't do that this time.
No, I think we actually cooled down before this week's show.
Yep.
It was,
I lost all interest in doing the show in the pre-show.
Oh, I know. You were like 5 minutes late for sound check, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm not doing this tonight. And I'm going to go and I'm going to at everyone and tell them, sorry guys, Peas didn't make it. So we're not doing the show. Leave him, but he showed up. He showed up and he couldn't hear me. He's like, man, I'm going to restart my computer.
Oh, and it was bad because my Discord wouldn't start. My computer, my Mac has now decided that I'm not sure I want to start Discord after I update. And I've really had to tease it along to get Discord to load the last couple of weeks. I might have to buy a new softwares.
I'm just chuckling to myself because I'm hearing somebody talk about problems with their Mac.
Yeah.
Brings me to my favorite part of the show.
Mac talk with peas.
It's the mail.
The beer mail, that's exciting.
The Pizzo box where we answer your real letters, and you know we get stuff in the mail at P.O. Box 4304, Winter Park, Florida 32793. And I haven't checked the mailbox in weeks, but I got a notification that it's paid, so we need to make the most out of it. I need to go check the mailbox. It's
Yeah.
hard though. It's hard to check the mailbox. You gotta have somebody do something here, and you gotta go there. All right, dear show. Which way will the beer run? And that's from Dixie Normus of Lude, Indiana.
Which way the cops coming from?
I was just gonna say away. We have an email you can send those questions to too. These are old news articles. Father drops child while escaping elephant. I don't remember that. Did we ever read that one? I feel like you kind
I
of.
think we might have, but no, that was a fun one. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it
feel
sounds like a
like if he
blast.
dropped the child, that was part of how he got away from the elephant.
I was about to say he made it away safely.
Yeah.
Just old proving grounds. Let's read these.
You can sire
Dear show.
more children.
Dear show, Scotland approves first cannabis clinic. Asian hate crimes. Oh no! Oh, that's like a dividing bar. Oh, it's escaping elephant enclosure, but there's like this is Aster 6's handwriting. You can see right here, but you can see on the camera, like legally, it says like father drops child while escaping elephant enclosure. Asian hate crimes. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Asians don't like elephants.
Not Indian elephants or African elephants.
No.
Which one's India in? Is that an African country or
Africa.
an Asian country?
It depends on what time period.
What side?
I think it was part of Britain for a while.
What side of the? Can't remember the international date line. What side? That's all I've got.
You know, that brings up something that pisses me off.
We're
I have
gonna
a-
be
I
stuck
have a-
on that
my
daylight
boss-
savings time.
One of my CIOs is an Indian guy, and he kind of came up with some dictates, and he said, if you don't like it, you can get another job. And I got really pissed off because I'm like, you know, this isn't India where there's 60 fucking guys in line waiting to answer the phone for you. I've got 30 fucking years experience in IT. Why don't you go fuck yourself telling me I can go get another job? You can't replace the people that have already left. What makes you think you can fucking replace a peas? I was very upset and grumpy. So if he sends a viewer mail in, I've got my response ready.
All right, now here's what he sent. Dear show, why do my AirPods fit so comfortably in my rectum? And that's Brian
'Cause you-
Demaho of Crankshaft, Iowa.
They were made in India, and they fucking think outside the butthole there.
Wouldn't it be in the butthole?
It'd be that's a Punjab eggplant.
The Punjabi. Oh! Made a language joke!
I made a what?
A language joke. Punjabi, doesn't that mean butthole in Hindi?
Yeah, and I said jab.
Oh, well, that means mouth.
The funny part was the eggplant. Dear show, can I just leave my dentures in the shrimp tank overnight? That's from Betty Joan Crabknuckle of Fistme, Wyoming.
Well, if you don't, how are they going to be clean in the morning?
Yes. Yes. What kind of shrimp? Freshwater or saltwater?
Sea monkey shrimp.
That'd be corned beef shrimp, correct?
Those are Irish.
Irish sea monkeys? What do they
Yep.
swim in?
They sound like this. See, it's like
been
monkey
45
noises with an
minutes, right?
Irish
We're
accent.
Almost done.
We're halfway there.
People look at this, it's gonna be like we're like 8 minutes into the show. Holy shit, we made it halfway through the show. Alright, did I have any more like old mails? I guess I don't. Comedy reparations, big apology coming for that. Alright, I guess we'll take our intermission. We'll come back and do that bumping stuff. You're watching Time for the Show. We'll see you in a minute, you goobers.
Silver saucers reading flight disappears. Psychic song. You just
You're listening / watching time for the show, a production of Hypercube Labs. Find out more at www.hypercubego.com. We broadcast every week on www.freethinkradio.com. And we are supported in part by viewers like these, and that would be Reverend Red, Reverend Loch Ness, Subject E Change, Bob South, Michael Marcus, Trenchy, Agent Lloyd, Negative at Night, Long Death, Scalpod, Hazel, Couch Sloth, Caller 23, Reverend 80, Dr. Cosmac, Fenord, and Caller 23. If you want to be one of these Jim Dandy Hoo-Ha Sausage Fest boyos, and grab your Reverend Clam Bake membership card and head on over to patreon.com/hypercube. You too will regret it. Now back to the time for the show. Alright. That's the plugs. Legally obliged. Just run through them. That's what you get. It's worth every penny. If you keep paying for the show, I have to keep doing the show. And some people are like, this show isn't funny anymore. And I'm like, first off, it was never funny. And then on top of that, it's does this not amuse you? Watching me, come out here week after week, just more and more just bedraggled. I'm dying. Like live on camera for you. Like I'm not even sacrificing. This is not a martyrship. This is murder. You are victimizing me. You're doing this to me. You are hurting me. And you like it. So yeah, time for the show. Peas, what's your favorite part of the show?
The part of the shows where people listen to what I'm saying. Those are probably my favorite parts.
Yeah, what are they picking up that you're putting down this week?
Yeah, sometimes the jokes and the wily philosophies of a young man living his dream life in Nevada, driving his Jeep, wishing he had a cowboy hat. That's the thing, kids. If you're going to send me stuff, maybe we should start a fund to get the piece a really nice cowboy hat and cowboy shirt with a big belt buckle. Because the iron pans are turning out to be difficult to get returns and recycles on.
Yeah.
Do you think that this show will generate more cast iron pans, or do you think it'll finally put the cast iron pan thing to bed or to rest?
I definitely believe that as long as you keep talking about it, and that will make it go away, is by reminding.
That's what
people,
you surmise?
Yeah, if you tell people that it bothers you, that they should be compliant in that, and they should stop, and that they won't send any more pans. That sounds like just the most polite thing to do. Most of our listeners are good boys. They go to timefortheshow.com/survey.
I don't think you should have done a gender specific. Most of our listeners are good boys, because we have good girls that listen to us too, and we have what?
It's the royal good boys.
Oh, you did it like Nagar. You did it with a BOISE.
Yeah, good boys, soft R.
Nice.
These my boys. My good boys.
Or did you do like BOYZ? Boys, yo.
No, Warner Brothers still has a trademark on that.
Right.
We won't
because
get
of
that
Breaking
back for
Bad.
a long time. Yeah. We're no, not gonna get that. The KKK were the original Boys in the Hood.
Did you know that peas was full of protein?
Yeah, I thought that was why you always liked dry jeeping out to Dry Man's Tug.
Dry Man's Gulch?
Dry Man's
Gulch? Dry Man's Gulch.
Dry Man's
Dry Man's Gulch.
I imagine it'd be Dry Man's Knob. Why would
The
a dry man have
of
a
the
gulch?
dry man. Dry Man's Isthmus.
Dry Man's Rock.
Dry Man's Peninsula. That's technically what Florida is.
It's the one Charlton Heston poked with that stick. Dry Man's Rock. Everybody.
I am
got
Spartacilius.
sick. Is he on the Paw Patrol?
Yeah. I surmise that he might be.
Sparkilius?
Spartacilius.
Like he's like a fire marshal. A spark can kill us. Woof. It's like my daddy always used to say.
What'd he say?
Trust talking dogs.
Well, who wouldn't? If you come across a dog that talks, you know he's got to be pretty smart.
And he can only lead you to good times and fabulous
Right.
adventure. Fantastic adventure.
Smell that, peas? What's that, boy? That's crack pipe right underneath that voltage meter.
I didn't know
You can
peas
get
were
it.
full of protein. I thought they were like mostly full of, I don't know, air.
No. That's a common misconception brought about by one of George Thorogood's songs. But the reality is that peas are chock full of good protein goodness.
I did give to his GoFundMe bad to the bone marrow. I hope
Yeah.
he pulls through.
It's funny because he doesn't have marrow cancer.
Not anymore. No,
He's cured!
It was. Oh, come on! No, I have one more. No. We were able to pull through with a second round on Indiegogo. No, I hadn't gotten there yet. That was the setup. I mean, you can just kind of, Indiegogo is kind of a joke.
That was.
Sure, I'll throw my money in a hole for you. It doesn't come through, you still get the money and I get nothing? Perfect! I'm glad a platform
It's like
gets
owning a
10%.
sailboat.
What was it? No, I had it. Now it's gone. It was, thanks to our second Indiegogo campaign, Bone in the USA, we were able to actually use Martin's brand thick country sausage gravy and use that as
It's
a bone
thick.
marrow substitute. It's the only gravy that stops blood flow, but also creates more blood. Sure, that was funny.
Grandpa says
I liked it.
it's thick.
Maybe I keep Grandpa by the radiator. Let him out.
Go on into the kitchen and give me some of that thick cream gravy. Mmm.
Grandpa's fucking lively there.
It's the cream gravy.
It's when you sit him next to like the space heater and the room starts smelling like bacon. Oh, Grandpapa.
Why don't you bring over that Jamaican nurse with the big titties? Then you can go to Walmart.
Yeah, tell me more about the adventures of registered nurse Mrs. Jim Macon. She's from Jamaica.
Oh no! Don't be fooling me, Chad. I make $17.16 an hour taking care of your grandpa, and it doesn't mean I'm going to wash his balls.
You won't?
No. I got a
She's
cousin
from
who'll
the
come
Irish
over and
side
do
of
it
the
for
island.
$100.
This is Lakeisha O'Malley.
Yeah. Oh, girlfriend, you got no idea what me Blarney Stone is today, bitch.
What?
I was being Lacutus and Borg.
So now she's
It's a dead-on
She's
impersonation.
Irish. Look at her complexion.
You know, Locutus Borg has got to be Irish because it's got the Latin influence in his name, Locutus.
Locutus aboard. No, don't make me think about Star Wars. Fuck you.
The Locutus the Butus.
I don't want to do that. That's scraping the barrel piece.
Okay. I watched a Spider-Man movie this weekend.
And does he do whatever a Spider-Man does?
No, here's the thing.
Reminds me of one of
This
my
was a
favorite
good
songs.
Spider-Man movie for old people because it had all the Spider-Mans that they've ever had and all the villains that they ever had. So you didn't matter which Spider-Man you liked, he was in this movie. So it was pretty good, really, if you think about it.
Did they have the
I feel like it
Iranian
was
Spider-Man
Spider-Man
in
for
there?
dementia victims.
Iranian Spider-Man.
This
there's
isn't
not, like,
Spider-Man.
Middle Eastern Spider-Man
I'm
movie.
working on it. I'm working on it.
That young boy isn't Spider-Man. This is a bullshit. Oh, there's Tobey Maguire. It is my
Just imagine
Spider-Man.
him, like,
I
just,
would be
like,
fine.
He's slinging down the streets, but then he's also like firing webs across women's faces. They all have little spider veils.
That cost extra.
I was
by
looking
the way.
Cover your shame with Allah.
That cost
You're
extra
a
to shoot the
mongrel
webs on
race.
the faces.
That's how Spider-Man talks. Who's your favorite Spider-Man?
Ollie Oxenfree. He's the Muhammad of all the Spider-Mans. He's the only one that's harem.
Is it Tanya Harding?
Yep.
That bitch wishes she had some spider sense.
Ooh.
Wait, which
You
one
know
got
what's sad
hit?
about that joke, though? Is there's only about 10 people who know who Tanya Harding is. She's
Not
from
one of
Florida,
mine.
though, isn't she?
Which one? I forget which one she is.
I think she's the one who is a jealous bitch.
She was the mean one.
Yeah, she's the one who paid a dude
She's
to
the
whack
one
the
with
other
the
girl's
fat
knee.
boy-
Who's
Boyfriend.
the other one?
She's the one with the fat boyfriend and the stupid friends.
I'd have
John
to-
Lorraine
I'd-
Bobbitt?
You know, here's the thing. I've dated a
Lacey
lot of
Peterson,
crazy
I
women
don't
over the
know.
course of my life. And at no point in time would my speed skating, figure skating girlfriend come home and go, "Oh, I could go to the Olympics if only somebody would break this other girl's leg." And then me think, "Oh, let me get my idiot fucking friend and let's go down to that there skating rink with a crowbar and take care of this business. I'm gonna get me some." And that was that whole story. It was all about a guy trying to get some from his figure skating girlfriend, and he felt the only way he could get him some is by breaking another girl's leg.
He's gonna get her that gold.
I'm gonna get that for you, baby.
No, don't.
We're gonna go to Ireland and live like serfs.
What?
I am more lost than ever tonight.
I don't know what's.
This is the most confusing episode of Time for the Show.
Buddy is not okay.
.com. Go there right now. Go to timefortheshow.com/survey. Especially after watching this episode, and take the viewer listener survey at Time for the Show. This is where it should
Like-
like flash up on the screen,
Oh yeah.
like timefortheshow.com/survey.
Tanya
But,
Harding's one of those people where if I went to Starbucks and she was my barista, I would be like, "Yep, that seems fair."
It's pronounced barista.
Right.
You have to
And
roll,
my
you
name's
have to
Tom.
roll the I.
Uncle Lou. Wasn't Uncle Lou like one of the Samoan wrestlers back in the WWF days of the
Yeah,
Wild
he's
and Crazy
retired.
Samoans?
He's
Is this the same Uncle Lou that runs this bar? Is he one of the Wild Crazy Samoans from WWF's heyday?
You haven't met him, have you?
I have not.
It sounds like you have.
Is he indeed that Samoan?
Yeah, Southern Samoan.
So he's Australian?
Oh Lord, no. He's still granted like American amnesty.
Getting kind of irritated with the Australians lately.
They're just poking their heads into everything.
Well, you know, the good day. We don't have guns, eh? Oi, get off the tram. It's just fucking irritating me to no end.
You get a lot of Australians in Las Vegas.
We don't, but that's because of some municipal laws that we enacted in the last couple years that have really kept the Australian people out.
Those damn park hoppers.
Yeah, it's not like they didn't bring it on themselves either, with all their good days and shrimp on the Barbies and puking.
They actually don't call them shrimps. They call them dicks. Which brings us to
Prawns.
my favorite part of the show.
Put another prawn on the Barbie, you bastard!
It's Proving Grounds, where we go through today's headlines and try to find something funny to say about them. Good Lord, this one should
by.
breeze by. Should be super easy. Aster 6 is on the stick. Here we go.
Yo.
Round number 1.
So yeah, everybody's excited this week because Tabasco bottles are making a comeback in military food packets.
No longer will have to be brought in on their butt purse.
Yeah, I'm thinking of fanny pack compliance for MRE rations. Nothing. I got nothing on that. People are excited. People are excited?
For hot sauce.
Who?
In
The
their
people in the
butts.
well, you know, it is a military meal. I'm sure the hot sauce does improve it.
They're very salty.
Reagan's equivalent of vegetables in school was ketchup. So Biden's giving everybody a Tabasco sauce.
Such a,
for
yeah.
Latinx Awareness Month. The correct pronunciation is Tabascax.
Sorry, the buttons are way over here.
I know. It's hard.
Frank's Red Hot is outraged.
Frank's Red Hot signs on with Russians.
Set of heist movie in France is robbed.
We talked about this earlier.
got-
Oh yeah,
It just
it
sounds
goes
like
a lot
something that
deeper,
happens
but
in
this is
France.
the highlight.
Yeah, that's the headline.
That makes sense to me if it's French. Like they had a movie about an art heist and all the art got stolen.
And
That sounds like French people. Quick, surrender!
Actually, they stole all their cameras and sound equipment.
Give
and
them the goods!
stole.
Quick, before they rob us, give them the goods.
Just hand it to him.
Keep the camera rolling.
French robbery.
Yeah.
I have robbed you.
Well, it's just it's if you know about the show that they were filming, it's a little bit even more humorous because the show they're filming is about a famous thief that would go around stealing things in Paris, and their show about this famous thief is then held at gunpoint and robbed of their cameras.
I have stolen all your American pussy.
Essentially.
Red camera is now endorsed by Inspector Clouseau.
Hey!
There we go. Don't buy red cameras. Boo. All right. Next.
Due to inflation,
Doo-doo?
due to inflation, Dorito bags will now have 5 less chips in them per bag.
Taco Bell employees outraged that they must cut 1/5 of each Dorito flavored taco shell off.
Yeah, give him that one. Bags guaranteed to. I don't know. I was working on putting less air in the bags. But I feel like you put more air in the bags. You're taking out 5 chips. That's just my reason.
Jimmy Carter laughs hysterically.
It's Stocks and Planters peanut.
Y'all thought it was funny in the 70s. Now your Dorito chips is heavy.
Well, here, Peas. Speaking of Australia, the local KFCs there offer 11-course tasting menu.
10 of the 11 courses are dingo. The 11th is a baby.
I hope nobody ever eats your baby, Peas.
Not with that attitude.
Well, I feel bad for Megan then.
11 course meal.
Everybody should be
Australia.
eating at least
KFC
once.
11 course meal.
Yeah.
Like I'm working on like a wine pairing.
You don't think my daughters are worthy of oral gratification? Is that what you're saying, Aster 6?
What?
Well, you said
you
nobody
high?
eats my babies, but I'm thinking my babies are like 30 years old. I hope somebody's going down on them.
I want to move on. I don't want to talk about this anymore.
I don't want to talk about Pease's daughter's vaginas anymore.
This takes me back to some very uncomfortable conversations I've had over the years. I want to move on. We're going to go to St. Louis.
Proving grounds.
He's. You thought the pansexuals were outraged before.
St. Louis police arrest a man who tried to carjack a police car.
Blames it on Elizabeth Cook.
From Cook County.
Oh, come on. You remember Elizabeth Cook, right? Our friend
was
from
that
St.
what was
Louis
supposed
who's
to be an
stealing
episode
catalytic
time for the show
converters.
that we never did.
What
that
about?
one,
What?
like all the crazy like police conspiracy, meth lab, underground crime network.
Yep.
That one. Yeah, we had a whole
Yep.
episode planned. And,
But then we didn't do it.
well, I believe
It would have been funny if we did it now.
it would be. This now's the time to do it, but it's time for my favorite part of the show. Peas apologies. So Peas, please make with the apologies. Please.
Okay, kids. Well,
Please.
first of all, this was a pretty good show, and there's not a lot to apologize. I'm going to do some preemptive apologizing just in case the Rubik's Cube people lied to me about doing my original song on air at Uncle Lou's, which is, of course, Let's All Go to the Bitch's Wedding. I think it's going to be a great song. You know, they just released an album called Songs from Time Travelers, and when I heard this album 4 years ago, it was really good. So I'm glad to see them getting around to finally producing and making it. I went to the release party, but I hung in the back because it was really technically my second time being there, and I didn't want to like screw with the timeline or anything. So I apologize for not making myself known on that. I guess I'm gonna regret bringing up my daughters getting eaten out on the radio, because luckily they don't listen to the show, but Aster 6 has probably been traumatized by it, and I feel sorry about that. But what are you gonna do? It's a show. It's been really hard for everybody the last 4 weeks as we've watched Russia struggle to take over what would really be a mediocre country in the old Soviet Union. It's like if the United States tried to attack California and lost. It's kind of embarrassing for them, but let's not forget how much hip-hop owes to Russian beats, Because if it wasn't for Russian beats, we probably wouldn't even have hip hop. I don't even know where the Beastie Boys would have got the energy to do their rad flow rhymes if it wasn't for some good borscht. But nonetheless, it's been a pretty good show. I feel like Fox was a little tired, maybe because the last soda was gone out of the refrigerator and all he had to really quench his thirst was a yogurt drink, which I didn't even know they made yogurt drinks, but I guess they do. Fox doesn't care for him so much, so he had to go without. And you might have noticed that his throat was a little dry throughout the fucking representation of our show tonight, but he persevered on. And we don't think here anymore, kids, but we are allowed to surmise. And if you find yourself surmising about Pease's apology, well, then you're probably on the right track. But remember, second day of spring, fourth week of war, COVID has disappeared, and inflation is at 75%. It's a great time to be alive. Think of all the people who lived good lives and didn't get to see these terrible end times. You're living in a unique period of time to watch the entire destruction of Western civilization. Just imagine if you were in Roman times, right when that queen lady converted to Catholicism. That's where you're at right now. And what an exciting time. I'm sure all the Romans were excited to be at the last throngs and death heels of the Roman Empire, just as you should be as we struggle and stagger our way into the new dictonomy, which will be learning Chinese. I'm not sure which language. They've got like 6, but we're all going to have to learn one of them. And then the Russian slave labor camps. I think it's going to be fun and a blast. Remember, keep some of your dinner from the night before in your pocket so when you march to the gulag the next day, you can have little bits of your roll to get you through when you get your next single meal for the day. It's going to be a great future. I'm, for one, not going to surmise about it. And that's our show.
Well, that's
5
the end of the
minutes.
show. This is where you play the end of the show music. Put the end of the show music on. You
Fox, do you think it was a good show?
No. You've been listening to Time for the Show, a production of Hypercube Labs. Find out more at www.hypercubego.com. We simulcast broadcasts. Originally started casting, webcasting, live casting, river casting, fly casting, at freethinkradio.com. We started at Freethink and then ended up with Don't Think. And isn't that funny? And, of course, thanks again to all the people supporting us on Patreon. At patreon.com/hypercube. I'm Dr. Fox. Pease, do you have anything else you want to say?
I don't think so.
All right, we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
All right, I'm going to go eat my pizza. Yeah, I made some from scratch.
Oh yeah.
How you doing, man? Are you keeping food down? What's going on with you?
So tired. Exhausted.
Yeah, but that's like normal from this, isn't it?
Yeah. I still get a little nauseous here and there, but I'm doing better.
Well, I'll text you less then. What?
Nope. Yeah, the only person that sent me a text is Joshua Rogers, nicest guy in the world. And
Dude, that guy is the nicest